Good evening, everybody. Today we are going to deal on Atmajnana, the important theory about the karma theory. So we are going to talk about the accountancy of karma theory. See, every human being, when he takes birth, because we have not brought anything, we are not going to take anything with us physically. When we die, when we born, are we bringing anything with us physically? Nor when we die, do we take anything with us? Absolutely no. Even our body we cannot take. When you come to this world, we come with this body. But when you leave this world, you will leave this body here itself. So, we are not physically bringing anything, not going taking anything with us. But what we are bringing is our good and bad karmas of the past life. So, based on the good and bad karmas of a person, of an Atma, he takes birth in a particular place. Because of good karma, he born in a good family, wealthy family, and get good knowledge, good education. All these things comes. Because of bad karmas, he born in a poor family. The economic conditions may be weak. Parents may be illiterate. They don't understand. There will be fight inside the family. So all kinds of things that happens in the life, it varies from person to person. One may be rich, one may be middle class, one may be poor, one may be upper middle class, based on economic factors. Another thing is based on the relationship factors. One may have good money, but they don't have peace because there is no good relationship between the people. One may not have money, but the family members, they love each other and they live together with whatever limited years, they live happily. So it varies. So relationship issues, financial issues, all these things, how it has got an impact on a person from birth to death. This is the pathway for one to release the karmas. So how one releases the karmas is by doing their duties. How the duties comes is to the bondage with various souls in this life we get in bondage. The souls which first we get in bondage is our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, all these people. And next comes our brothers, sisters, then comes the wife, children, all these people will come. So for each and every person we have a good duty, and by doing our duties, we release our karma. This is the pathway God has fixed to each person. Similarly, our duties to the employer, employees, friends, colleagues, all these things are also part of this life. So by doing these duties, these karmas are released. But while the accountancy of this is that, suppose a person comes with 200 bad karmas and 2 lakh bad karmas and 1 lakh good karmas. So he has to release the 2 lakh bad karmas and 1 lakh good karmas. Both he has to release. So if he has to release perfectly both together in this life cycle, what he has to adopt is he has to remain sthita prajna. That is, whatever situation, if he faces good things in life, he should accept it. So this is the path for releasing my 1 lakh good karmas. If he faces ups and downs in life, various tensions, pressures, all these things in his life, he should realize that it is a path for releasing the bad karmas for him. So this is the very, this state of mindset comes to a very matured person. Spiritually matured person can get this. How? See, while doing the works, one has to fully focus. What he has to develop the thing is, he should keep the mind in sthita prajna. He should adopt patience, perseverance, devotion, dedication, involvement, determination, self-confidence, boldness. So all these things, he should have forgiveness, he should have kindness towards all, he should love everybody. So while doing all these duties, whether he faces success or he faces failures, at all times he should not get dejected, he should not get sorrow, he should not feel bad. Whatever things he receives, good or bad, he should accept it and he should remain calm with the one simple realization that all these are path for release my karmas. When one follows that thing, so each and every second in his life, he just releases each karma one by one, one by one. Whatever be the entanglement he faces, always remain calm, cool, collective, patience, perseverance. realizing the truth that all these are paths for release these karmas. So that's why Sudarshan Chakra, it rotates like this. So Vishnu is the god for operation of life. So he has the Sudarshan Chakra which rotates like this. What it refers to is you are releasing the karmas. I am just supporting you to release all your karmas. That is the Vishnu, Lord Krishna says. So he is rotating it. He is making you to release the karma by totally dedicating your life without attachment. But for this, one has to spiritually emancipate by themselves. But common man, what he faces? When he faces success, he gets happiness. When continuous success he faces, he gets pride, he gets superiority complex, he gets overconfidence. And this accumulates. In the overconfidence, in superiority complex, in pride, he hates people, he thinks cheaply about all these people. So these good karmas, instead of releasing the good karmas, with these good karmas, he had more bad karmas for himself. So what happens? Here, he does some good thing, some generous acts, kindness, he adds 1 lakh karmas. Whereas, because of his negative attitude, while facing the events in life, he gets desire, lust, greed, avarice, all these things create anger, jealousy, hatredness. So cunning, crooked way to earn money, so his desire to satisfy desire. All these things, these negative gunas, this accumulate bad karmas for him. So by the time of his last breath, he accumulates, he comes with 2 lakh bad karmas, he adds 5 lakh bad karmas. Whereas he comes with 1 lakh good karma, he adds 1 lakh good karma. Totally what happens? 7 lakhs bad karmas and 2 lakhs good karmas. He came with a balance 1 lakh net karmas, bad karmas. But he is going with 5 lakhs bad karmas more. So he has to take birth after birth. So this, each and every second, the anger, the jealousy, hatredness, when you face events, this adds karmas, bad karmas to you. Similarly, while your success, with the success you get pride, you get anger, you get superiority. This good karmas accumulate bad karmas for you. So these things, there are tamasic and rajasic gunas one should avoid. But while with your good wealth, because of good karmas, if you use this for the benefit of society, with generosity you do to the needy people, this accumulates good karma, what happens? It annihilates the bad karma. The difference is these good things will annihilate all your bad karmas and will take you to the stage of moksha. So what one should follow is, at any point of time, you should avoid greed, you should avoid avarice, you should avoid desire, lust, all these things. Because these 4 are causes for anger, jealousy, hatredness, all these things, which accumulates bad karma. One should do Atma Vicharana to see that they release all this negative, bad and good tamasic and rajasic gunas. They should not, whenever they face a situation, they should beware. When they go to Atma Vicharana, do the Atma Vicharana. Atma Vicharana basically leads to a post facto analysis. But this post facto analysis, when you continuously do, analyze it, what happens when you face similar situation in life, before your mind reacts, the Antaratma will guide you. So Atma Vicharana will enable the Antaratma to guide you not to commit the mistake, not to get anger, not to get jealousy. You remain patient, you remain devotion to God, you surrender to God. Follow the patience. Patience is very powerful tool to release your bad karmas. So follow this. As and when we face any situation in life, when you get fear, when you get it, remain patient. The patience, perseverance. What is perseverance? When you face failures, we should not give up. You take more efforts to see that you achieve success. So until you achieve success, your duty will not go. You have to do your duties. So these things, all tamasic and rajasic gunas, you have to see that it is eradicated. How this is possible? That's the reason why I am giving every day to practice Atma Samadhi Dhyana. This enables you to take your buddhi to the Supreme Self. In the depth of the silence inside you, you hear the voice of God. The Supreme Self, you go to Him, surrender to Him, and whatever acts this outer conscious mind does, you see, get connected with Supreme Self. So outer conscious and inner conscious, they should be synchronized and synergized, so that as and when the outer conscious faces anything, the inner conscious will guide. Don't get anger, don't get jealousy, don't get crooked thinking, don't have cunning attitude, don't try to pull anybody. Just focus on your duty and see that while you are growing, you see others grow. Always show love and affection on all. Be patient. Don't get any kind. Always you be in a sattvic mode. So for this, one should do Atma Vicharana, so that the Antaratma will guide you how to face situations in life. It always gives the guidance to you. The practice of Atma Vicharana and Atma Samadhi Dhyan every day. That's why I am just daily giving you the first Bhakti Yoga bhajans, followed by Atma Samadhi Dhyan practice, followed by Atma Jnana Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga is given every day, so that you carry on your duties as a karma yogi, wherein you do your duties each and every second in your life hereafterwards, without getting attachment, but with focus, dedication, devotion, involvement. See that you do your duty perfectly, so that you release your karmas. That is the objective of Sudarsana Chakra of Vishnu. You release all your karmas, and as you release karmas, whatever comes accept, whatever goes accept. That is the, by which way you gradually release all your positive and negative karmas, and by the time of when your time comes for leaving the world, you see that all your karmas are released. When all positive and negative karmas are released, then you attain the state of moksha. And that is the objective of the very purpose of our birth, is attain this level of mind maturity. Because of ignorance only this anger, jealousy, hatredness all comes. We have to remove this ignorance by always connecting the inner and outer consciousness together in a synchronized way, by taking the buddhi, inner conscious, to the supreme conscious level, so that it guides you, the Antaratma guides you to move in the right path of success that brings you peace in life, ultimately also take you in the path of moksha and releasing all positive and negative karma. This is the accountancy of karma theory. Please follow this simple principle as I am giving this every day, by following this Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga and Jnana Yoga every day, and see that you achieve success and peace in life. Release all your karmas and see that this life, this birth itself, will the end in our life, end in the cycle of attaining moksha. Thank you.